Hey brothers, we are not professionals. I've got my good friend here, Norman McGlohon. He's a longtime member at Green Acres Baptist Church here in Athens, Georgia. And I think you're going to really enjoy this episode. He's going to share some things about ministry, things that he's done even here at the church. He's a sweetheart of a guy, and I believe you'll really be encouraged by our time together today. Tell him hello.
Hello.
Yeah, all right. All right, see y'all. So Norman's going to show us this garden. We just call it the prayer garden, don't we?
Yeah.
But it's got a really neat gate, and then he's great. He's got a green thumb, and so you'll see some things that he's done too. All right, so I'm just going to follow Norman here, and this is a neat iron gate here on the garden. Why don't you talk to us, Norman? Just tell us a little bit about the garden.
Well, when the sanctuary was built in late 89 and 90, there was a parcel of land left between the old sanctuary and the new sanctuary. And so a group of men decided they wanted to call that the prayer garden and landscape it and fix it so that people could have a place to go and sit and be comfortable where it was quiet. And
yeah, it's beautiful. I think that's what I love about it. You're fine. Just walk wherever you're going, and I'll follow you. You're fine.
Okay.
Which ones? Are you going to start with these over here?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, this was, what we. I had all the boxwoods I had rooted.
Yep.
And it was the garden was re-landscaped, and the people that did it didn't do a very good job. We had many of the boxwoods died.
Yeah.
And I.
Tell them the story of where the boxwoods came from.
Well, this one right here is what we call an English boxwood, and it was brought from England by my wife's great-grandfather, Albert Rowland, and he built a home in Lawrence, South Carolina, and put these boxwoods in a big circular driveway. And in 1979, a tornado came through and blew the house away, and all the boxwoods was pushed up in a big pile.
Yeah.
I was over there, and one of the boxwoods on the bottom rooted.
Yeah.
And I took the wood off of it and brought it back to Athens, and I rooted about 100 boxwoods from that one piece of. They just cut it up.
And how old did you say that original one was?
1840.
1840.
Yeah. And so I planted them in my garden, a lot of them, had maybe 100 of them, and I gave them to different people, and I still have a lot around my home. And we didn't have, when they put them in here, all of them died except these two.
This one here,
and this one over
and
here.
This one right here.
And this is a Korean boxwood. That's a substitute, but it has to be pruned. These don't have to be pruned.
Yeah. So tell them that. So this one right here, you prune just like you would maybe ones at your house.
Yeah.
But these right here,
you don't
even touch them, do you?
And I got some that's 50 years old. They're a lot bigger than this.
That's amazing.
These three right here, we was trying to replace them. These are American boxwood.
Okay.
And we bought those trying to get a match for the English boxwood.
Right. You can tell though, I mean, between this one and this one, how round this is. It's just nice and round. Yeah.
And these, there's no maintenance hardly at all on the English boxwoods.
Yeah.
But
that's a cool story. I love when you tell that story.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
But there's a write-up in the history of the county. I'll give you a copy of it.
Yeah.
It tells all about when he got ready to leave England, he wanted to take his boxwoods, so he took a box full of cuttings off of his boxwoods and froze them in a tub of ice.
Yeah.
And he put the tub on the deck of the ship.
Wow.
And it came over.
Now, who was that?
That's my wife's great-grandfather.
Your great-grandfather?
No, Bobby's.
Bobby's great-grandfather. That's your wife. Wow.
Yeah.
So he was on a ship in England? I guess he was over there for the war?
No, he's raised over there.
Wow.
His family was there.
Really?
He was coming over for the first
Oh, my goodness.
time.
And brought these with him.
His boxwoods with him.
There you go. And they're right here at Green Acres Baptist Church in Athens, Georgia. Now, some of that, don't you think, I mean, your degree, here, let me flip this around. Okay, your degree is in what from the University of Georgia?
Plant pathology.
Yeah, plant pathology. So you know, you're an expert on these. I mean, this is not just.
I wouldn't say expert.
Yeah, it's kind of a hobby, but you're well known with that. Yeah. But that's the neat part of the story is that it's part of her family, but you know all about it. Yeah.
And
yeah.
But there's a lot of other problems we run into other than
than plants. Oh yeah. Life's bigger than plants. But anyways, it's a neat story. All right, hey, back again. This is Norman. You know, another neat story that you told me one time was, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
You told me about, we don't have to name names, but you know the guy that came to stay with you and he started Camp Windshape, right? The kind of the beginnings of Camp Windshape when he moved to Athens.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that. I think that's just a neat story of how you got to know him.
Oh, and Ken Thomas.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They're coming back.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, but tell us about the early days, about when he came to you and he had a big dream and a big vision. You know.
But Ken wanted to do missions work, and he was planning going to the Southwestern Seminary, and his wife was in pharmacy. She was the daughter of one of my best friends and a fellow employee, and so she graduated a semester before he did. Mm-hmm. And so she had a job with Kroger. She's in charge of the Kroger pharmacy now. And they came to live with us.
Yeah.
And
do you remember what he said to you though when he was talking to you about, like, I got this idea to do a camp or anything like that?
Yeah. He called it sports camp.
Yeah.
And they did those at many colleges. I know Anderson University had one every summer for several years. Chad went over 2 summers, and he had one in Wrightsville, and PJ went out for that one. So he had those for several years, and then the college in Dahlonega.
North Georgia College.
North Georgia wanted him to join their staff and be public relations promoting their college and so forth. And I told him to live with us and commute to Dahlonega, about 60 miles, until he found out whether he liked it or not.
Yeah.
And so after about 6 months, they kept checking with him just about every day to come back.
Yeah.
And so he decided to go back to his work with college students, mission program. And so then they came and stayed with us that time. Then he went back to the seminary.
Yeah.
And later he decided to go out on his own, and he's got Connect Ministries.
Yeah, now here.
And he's headquartered in the new
Wire
place
Park,
in
yeah.
Wire Park.
That's very cool.
And
Yeah.
he has quite a staff, and they cover several states every summer.
Yep.
Which what they call sports camps.
Yep.
And he's very involved.
Yeah.
And at the present time, he's wants to move to the country, so he's going to build a house down around Bishop.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so they're going to need to come back
Yeah.
and stay if their house sells. So
Yeah. Well, you know, what I'm encouraged by, Norman, is that y'all, you know, while y'all weren't doing the ministry, you were helping people in the ministry.
It was easy to help.
Yeah. It's just such a sweet thing. I think that's the reality of ministry. You know, even me as a pastor, I can't do it on my own. When people open their homes or they are generous, that allows ministry to go forward. And I don't know that everyone realizes that it takes a village, you know, in a way. It takes a lot of people to invest in what's going on. And I just think that's a cool story, because a lot of people know about Camp Windshape, but they don't know kind of the origins of it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And they had their son was born after they left the first time, then they came back to the States, and then they had a daughter that time, and then they came back the last time, and they had a third child was just a few weeks old.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So we got to enjoy.
Yeah, they're a sweet family.
Every one of the children.
Yeah, they're a sweet family. Yeah, that's great. Cool. All right, hey, I'm here with Norman McGlohon, and already he's a great storyteller. He's got a lot of them. Tell him how old you are, Norm.
I'll be 93.
93 years old.
Yeah.
And you're a doctor, right? We talked about that a minute ago.
A PhD.
PhD,
North Carolina State University.
And from Lawrence, is that original?
Lawrence County.
Lawrence County, South Carolina. He's got 2 sons, right?
Yeah, Norman was born in 59 and 57.
Yeah.
And Neil was born in 62.
Yeah. Now, Norman kind of took after you. He's a kind of worker kind of guy, right?
Both of them liked farming and horses, and they had cows. And it was quite an experience. I told them they need to earn their tuition if they went to college, and when they started, each one of them had enough in the bank to pay their own tuition. And in fact, Neil got a scholarship for all of his education.
Yeah.
And so he used all his savings at the seminary.
Yeah, I hear you. That seminary is expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, good Lord was looking after him. And
you know what's neat? I mean, this is a connection even to me, but Neil, and all of it's important. That's kind of the point of this interview. It's not just the professionals in the ministry, the pastors or whatever. It takes everybody to be a part of this. But I love that Neil is involved in church planting, and God's used him in just amazing ways, not only here nationally, but even internationally with his organization. I know you're really proud of that.
But when you look back, you can see certain traits that he had, or certain talents that was necessary for what the Lord was going to use him for.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it all comes together.
And so
tell us how long you and Bobby have been married.
Well, let's see, it goes back to 1956.
Wow.
How many years that is? I think it's 68.
Yeah, my dad was born in 58. So, yeah, that sounds about right.
A long time ago.
Yeah. What has been just something special about y'all's marriage and all these years? What do you love about being with Bobby?
Well, I think she was the one that was meant to be. Yeah,
y'all balance each out pretty good.
Yeah, she's a very intelligent.
Yeah.
Plans real well, and I
keeps
think
you going, huh?
Kept me on schedule.
That's right. That's right.
All that time.
That's what my wife does for me. I'd probably be lost if it weren't for her, you know. Yeah.
She's sort of the guide, and all the stages we've been through. We did graduate work at Clemson in North Carolina, and then I went to Auburn for 3 or 4 years. But she adjusted to every move we made,
Yeah.
and had no complaints about.
Yeah.
Lord has blessed us in so many ways.
Amen. Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's so cool. I mean, that's the point in doing all this and recording it, is just to give glory to God, because he is a good God and he provides in so many ways. And I'm blessed by you and Bobby, just y'all's investment here at Green Acres, and I have the privilege of being your pastor, but I do see y'all as a couple that comes alongside people. You're an encouragement to them, that you're a resource. You'll help in any way, and I see that even in your family through your sons and through Neil and what he does, even to Ken, like we were talking about. God has really blessed y'all and used y'all to just keep ministry going in a lot of different ways. Even though you may not have been the one to do the ministry, you have been a supporting role to a lot of ministry. So I thank God for you.
It's something you look forward to, and something you're involved in, and the main thing is that when you get 93, you're ready to go.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
No questions.
That's
about
right.
it.
It's going to be better on the other side, right? Amen.
No worries about where I'm going.
Yeah. Well, hey, y'all, God bless you. I hope you've been really encouraged by this conversation. This guy's great. And one day, if you're in Jesus, you'll see him in glory.
That's right.
Amen.
And in the next interview, maybe it won't be when I'm working in the prayer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, but this is your heaven. This is your slice of heaven, isn't it, right here? He loves to be outside. He might be 93, but he's still going to get outside. That's right.
I'm slowing down.
All right, y'all. Hey, brothers, we're not professionals. Hey, this is Norman McGlohon. You're going to be really encouraged by a conversation with him. Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about time and what happens over, periods of time, and I think that one of the biggest things I remember when there was no TVs.
Yeah.
And I remember when there was no telephones. I remember when there was no electricity.
Yeah.
And people, now they have to have.
Now we're on these screens all the time.
Every convenience available. But life, without electricity and telephones and all that, the good Lord is the same.
Yeah. He
looks after you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but during the Depression, it was not easy, because most of the farmers lost their land because they had to sell the land to pay their taxes, and there's no factories open, there's no banks were open. It was just it was an experience I'm glad I went through, but I'm afraid that a lot of youth are, if they have it too easy, they might not appreciate
That's right. Much. Yeah, and I think that's so important to appreciate all that God's given you. No matter what age you are, just appreciate life. So it's good to hang out with you.